collective energy reading. Please only take what resonates. Always leave the rest for the best. Don't stress. Because people are coming out here and want to tell you some truths. We're just going to clear this energy and clear the air before anybody comes in or on the back screen watching. 1, 2, 3. Turn it down. Alright, Grand Rising Rain, I see you. Hope everything's alright. I'm just going to let you know some truths are coming, people. Who's been throwing shade? That shade parade. There's been more than one person that's been showing this shade parade towards you. And that's coming from several directions. Certain people in that room and certain people wasn't friendly. So you could be seeing certain family members, friends that wasn't friendly towards you. You could be being hopeful because that's big dreams to be able to chase. And they may be coming around these possibilities because that's longing. Certain people want to be able to dust off this shade now. You dusted off the shade because you're in that queen vibes. You're standing with your queen crown. That's you in that respect. And that's that trials, the things that trial you. You're standing in your stride because you're ruling. And you never ask. You just continue standing, listen to that spirit within inside of you. Having compassion. That's you empowering yourself. That's when you're going towards that luxury life. And it's like comfortability with wealth. And it's indulgence, enjoying, rewards. Because you deserve it. This wedding, take it all as it resonates. Someone could wants to have a marriage with you. Take it all as it resonates. We're going to start with one of these. It says, you are so brave, baby. That's why I can't wait to marry you. What? Well, someone's looking at you. These truths about people who were saying, throwing shade. They could have been dusting off and people seeing you dusting off, standing in your queen, your empress energy. Strong, assertive, proud to be you because you're true. You've got them respectfuls. You've had these trials and tribulations. That's when you're like that queen. Queen of Swords, Queen of Cups, nurturing, caring, providing, supporting, assisting. You're just embodying, mastering your craft, going, letting go of cycles, standing in your power. Someone can see you're brave and you're strong and they're ready to marry you. Look at her. What's she doing with Divine Masculine? So you could be saying, look at her. What's she doing with Divine Masculine? Some people will be seeing you saying, oh, why are you with that person? Getting married. Certain people's trying to block you with organised crime. I actually want to have more converse and canvas with this girl. So somebody could be looking at you and want to speak this truth. They want to be dusting off because they can see they want to have more convos and canvas with you. What the hell, Divine Masculine up to? Just can't figure him out. So people can't figure out this masculine because truths come in. Certain people been thrown shade. They're hopeful. You could be hopeful. And we'll work on your side. So certain people want to work on your side. And that seductual part of side of you, Divine Feminine. I got sis. I'ma get my sister. I wouldn't want no man to disrespect them. So you're going to see certain people was throwing shade. Certain people have got your back because they wouldn't want no man to disrespect you. Truths being told about certain people who will be disrespecting you. Take this all as it resonates. And that's divinely guided truth from the Most High. Clarity. Because look at her with what she's going on with, why she with this Divine Masculine. This somebody wants to marry you. Somebody could be looking at you. This Witch of Wands. This could be a Queen of Wands. They could see you standing in your Queen of Wands, in your power. You're assertive. You know who you are. You're brave. Certain people was being stubborn and trying to control the narratives. That's because of their mindset, the way how they think. They're institutionalized within their mind and they don't know how to grow and get clarity of the mind, stand firm. Certain people was blocking you through love and relationships, holding on to your masculine, taking control. That's because they didn't realize that you was optimistic. You had to stay grounded with love. You was that one who was identifying certain people was blocking you doing spell work. They could have been speaking bad about you. This could be family, friends. They could have dominated over resources. They didn't identify that you dominated with love, stood with your power. You had your rod and your staff to comfort you because you had creative. It was passion. Certain people was taking and doing things with creative passion, throwing shade towards you. Because they can't figure you out. People are trying to figure out this divine masculine. This Queen of Swords, they're around, could be trying to figure out this masculine, a feminine energy. Could be a family member, a friend, figuring, watching. They could be on that karmic cycle, trying to hold on to that masculine. Being creative, selfish. Take this all as it resonates, guys. Because you're looking now, people are trying to figure them out. You might not be able to figure them out. People putting hard work in. They may be transforming and doing hard work now. They can see this challenge and change. This looking for that improvement. Could be looking at you and seeing your hard work that you're putting in. This apprentice can see that they maybe want to be able to come and give you a gift. They can see you grounded. They may be getting grounded, steadfast. You know, when you're just like trying to put some hard work in, because they can see that improvements to transform, change the mind, their thoughts. They could have been at hard work, holding on to some assets, money, things that were secret. They maybe want to let you know about this money and who was holding on, who they was providing a service to, who was enabling, who was being practical, what they was dependable on about certain possessions. They could be connecting to their heart now, thinking, making a choice, gaining higher clarity, mastering the craft, because they're steadfast now, looking back at that karmic cycle. May see you as that one, that 10 of cups. They're looking towards you now. They can see you're that 10 of cups. They maybe want to be able to come and offer you this 10 of cups, because they're looking now. Told her to get an abortion. Ross. They could have told her to get an abortion. They could be telling and paying for an abortion. For, take this all as it resonates, 1,700 likes. Now they're looking back because they was in that actual energies with a family member, a friend, in their community. Why am I laughing? I don't know why I'm laughing, because it's not funny. Right, that's why, you know, you have to think about who you're lying down with and working with, and when people are putting hard work in, certain feminines trying to block certain masculines because they're karmic. It sounds right. I don't know why I'm laughing. Because it's not funny. And you know what it's like if your man's ever cheated on you and had another baby mother and then tried to look back on you, because that's happened to me before, guys. God rest your soul, Daniel Ezra Ugler. Why am I laughing? That's when you pick and pick till you pick shit and you don't realise that that shit's trying to hold on to you. You can't get off it. You're cleansing, you're trying to wash, but that doo-doo's so strong. People put hard work in, spell work to try and block you and trap you in your mind. All for money, for assets, for foundation, stability. So you're gaining understanding now. They was on a karmic cycle. They're looking back 8, 10 cups. You're that 10 of cups. 8, they was being in illusions and confusions, all because of their habits, idealistic. You know, you got that Jezebel spirit, paid spell work to block you, so that masculine wasn't grounded. They need cleansing their mind, their stress, because they can see you're practical, you was nurturing. They're critically thinking now, back towards you. You're that 10 of cups. You're that one who's brought those emotions. Give them that spiritual box to wake up. They're having stress and conflict because of the choices that they made in the community. That feminine energy, that Queen of Wands, that Jezebel spirit, she's stressed. Cat, black cat, she was doing spell work. Me, brothers with me. Shit ain't got nothing to me. Collecting money for the Lee until my bae get bad. You said you love him. She got time. Where you, bae? And where you at? So now they were saying where you at. They was putting some hard work in. You better do this. Them boys be effing up and getting caught up in their old ways, because they're an old boy. So they could see they was putting hard work in. People was messing them up, their mindset, putting work in to be able to control them. They was in that childlike spirit, all because of the illusions, extra energies, all because those obsessions, when you're not confused and you're driven through jealousy, but you've got greed and you're looking for lost people to be social awareness of you, because what's in the dark comes to the light. And may just take a little bit of time, a little bit of improvement, hard work, because what's in the dark about these feminine energies, these masculines, these family members and friends, that be idolizing you because of what you're doing. So they're watching you, your day-to-day tasks, your skills, your abilities, your approach towards life, how you hold yourself in public. You're getting alerted by the spiritual guys. Certain people was driven through jealousy because they're idolizing you and watching what you got. That's because they're looking for that golden calf, money, put hard work in to block you. May just take a bit of time, but don't do nothing. You just observe. You just sat and observed that divine masculine. Now they're looking back towards you, that 10 of cups. It says Christ sowed the first seed. Divine love, souls and probation, so that the divine love can sustain. The shoot of love. So Sapphire and Sophie, that's that divine love that's reminding you that body of the earthly woman. So they're connecting now to that body of their earthly woman that's getting grounded, steadfast, organized, connecting to their mind, to their emotions. That's when you connect to your heart, your soul, and you can feel that passion. People are feeling overwhelmed in their emotions now. They could be crying and releasing. That's because when you start having that awakening, you suddenly gaining those structures. That's about that foundation. You get to that root cause, your heart. It's full of emotions. So if you feel overwhelmed and you're feeling all these emotions, people could be throwing shade towards you and the actions that they took, because they could have been aggressive, controlling, stubborn in their ego, direct. It's this feminine had these hidden skills and doing spell work. Thought she was a magician. Take this all as it resonates. You have to gain balance, structures within yourself, your mind, your heart, your body. Cleanse, protect yourself. We've got firm foundations. You was loyal. You see now certain people was clinging, controlling your narratives, your thought, the perspectives of how certain situations are supposed to be happening. Mother figures, father figures, aunties, uncles. You can see feminine energies that are around you to control your mind, your aspects. So you ain't got clarity about certain actions, and when certain people planting seeds, what seeds they're planting and who's nurturing what. And certain people are trying to shut you down because they be collecting money for Lee, that's securing. So they was trying to secure because it's prioritizing your energies. You prioritize yours. You secured your energy connected to your heart. You had to listen to that spirit. You had to transcend. You had to keep on going, getting that divinely guided message, because that was that righteousness for you to be able to take that action, to speak that truth. Now they're getting that righteous action. They maybe still want to be able to come and speak this truth, getting structures, the foundations, this masculine, connecting to their mind, letting you know about the habits, of how people felt about you because they felt that way and they was trying to secure this. And now they may be looking at you as feeling our love and compassion. They can see that you was loyal. Certain people wasn't using their creative skills in a positive way, using their intuitions because they was overacting, hard work, idolizing, bad mind, jealous, overreacting, because you're working, you was steadfast, you was organized, you was able to transform and change. They was like a fragile rock. Because what was in the dark is going to come to the light. All that hard work that certain people's trying to block and stop to not enable you to be able to grow, all that shade is real. So that shade, what they was trying to block, they're going to come to the light. You already identified, you had clarity, you had eye introspection, how people's trying to block you, but you already seen it never lies. You weren't a liar. You was the real one. You prioritized your energy. You wasn't the one who was doing spell work and lying and idolizing, controlling other people, places and things. Take this all as it resonates, guys. Because they can see you had that four corners. You had steadfast. You've gone through that earth, fire, water, air. You was that fifth element. Now they're looking back towards you because they can see you was that full 10. You was the one who mastered the craft. You was the one who transformed on their ass. You was the one who took that action and went forward. Now they can see you as a part of that success. The people that they was around was the liars. Show me your friends and I'll show you who I am. Now they're looking now because that's that Christ, the sowing that seed. Must be the fifth race developing through the mind. Oh, Rossclot, I didn't even read that. I told you was the fifth element. You're the fifth race. Now they're stressed because they're looking at now at their self. They wasn't being wise. They wasn't being creative in the way they communicated, the way how they learned. These family members and friends that you went to school with, that you grew up with, your partners, the choices that they wasn't able to be able to make because they didn't logically think about certain actions. They didn't have that wisdom, that sacred knowledge. 1920, and the 1930s. That was that ray of love. That was for you to look at your hidden skills, yourself. What do I feel like? Gain higher clarity, higher awareness, steadfast, organized. That's wisdom. Going towards those achievements, moving with love. Yeah, you might have to be that fool. Yeah, this masculine could be looking back towards you now for these new beginnings. Take it all as it resonates, because that's that intelligence to be able to do right, and that's listening to the heart. It's high frequencies, rays of wisdom. They're connecting to the high frequencies, these rays of wisdom. Now that you look back at all those relationships and who planted what seeds and who was bred coming who, and who had that lack of all the emotion that made you feel great, steadfast, grounded, secure, nurtured, protected, loyal, stable. They're looking back towards you. Because you sowing that seed, and that seed was seed of love, seed of joy, compassion, care, nurturing. You didn't breadcrumbs in your seeds. Your plants was all firmly founded. All the rest of them, the one that is standing on there, you're standing on, was planted with good seeds. As small as a mustard seed, you planted it, nurtured it, cared for it, protected it. Because people was jealous, reaction. Something triggered their insecurity. It was jealous. It was rising quickly in their emotions. It was sharper than expected. So that masculine, that feminine, they was all lying, speaking about you. Jealous, because that was that love, that compassion. You was that caring one. You was nurturing. You was stable. You was grounded. You was dependable. You was reliable. You was loyal. Royal to the soil. And now they're saying wrong time. And that connection exists. But life, circumstances clash. That alignment is missing for now. So they can see the alignments was missing because of their mindset. That love, they was unorganized, detached from emotions, aggressive energy, all because of their ego. They was being a fool, running in that fight and flight mood. Now they maybe wanted to be able to dust off their self that wrong time. Their way out, their jealousy, the reactions. Because you're telling me you don't care. He slept with your sister. Oh, so they could have slept with a sister, a family friend, a sister friend, because they was jealous. They was trying to throw shade. You were disconnected. You kept on moving forward because you had to prioritize your energy. You cleansed, healed, revealed. These people thought they was clinging on. They was not. They was manipulative, controlling, vindictive. They was not looking at the realistics, the mistress to the story. They was unrealistic. You connected, you encompassed emotions. You had to look at yourself, nurture yourself, look at your stability, connect, have compassion for you. You had to empower yourself, grow with love. Maybe because you will get a chance to do that. I'm coming home, Divine Feminine. Oh. Now all of a sudden, they're getting a chance to prioritize their energy. They may be wanting to be able to come back towards you. It says, you like Sarah, you still have that ability to be able to conceive a child in older age. Ross Clark. So, you still got a chance to conceive a child, guys, in your older age, right? 2025, it was 2026 now, baby. Everything, AI, even possible. If a man can, lo, we can. How can? I'm laughing. Why am I laughing? And these divine feminines, masculines coming back to come and try and plant seeds with you. You be like, wrong time, baby. I ain't got time for this picnic. I'm too old for this shit. We can party, we can enjoy ourselves instead. Go forth and multiply. Your kids will help you. Your grandkids will help you. So your kids will help you, your grandkids will help you babysit. I can't even stop laughing, I'm done. It says, and a significant role. You are not robotic. You not humanoid robot. Having an appearance of a character resembling a human. You're no clone. Please watch They Cloned Tyrone, Netflix. You just that square plan figure. You still futile. No matter your age, you still young and youthful. So mind. So mind, rude boy, don't be silly. Put that up on the telly. You know what, baby, cause you will get it. That 10 of Pentacles. You'll be like, oh my gosh, wrong time. No, this comic was the wrong time. Please. Wow, guys. Because you have the cross, the threshold. Oh my gosh. These people got to cross that threshold because that's that divine threshold. Take this all as it resonates, guys. My neck's twisted because I feel like Ross Clark. You're that queen rising. You could be that queen rising. A baby rising within inside of you. Got that vibe, that good vibe. Everything's still good. Because you will get a chance to do that. I'm coming home, Divine Feminine. Oh gosh, why? I didn't want him to go. Backstage drama. You could be hearing about this backstage drama. They're running from backstage drama. Chaos Goddess, because that Chaos Goddess was putting in some hard work, causing backstage drama. It's secret. It's igniting behind the curtains. Those emotions now, they're cleansing. They're connecting to their heart now. They're getting fluidity. They're transforming, changing, looking back to the mysteries of their story. These divine feminines and masculines, that turns out to be looking back to their self now. That's using their intuitions, because the revivals crawl in the shadows. Truth slip between the lines. So you've had a fake revival, feminine energy that you might not even know. 5, and she's causing stress and conflict, and they're having stress and conflict because they was being stubborn and trying to control your masculine with words. They was institutionalized within their mind and doing it with jealousy. Aren't they so bad mind? Oh my gosh. And they're feeling like you're a bitch. That's why I'm talking like this. So when they talk about you, they're having stress like, oh my gosh, like that, because the choices that the masculines made. Now they're all crying, emotional now, because it wasn't practical when they thought they was being craven. They was being craven. They was being freaking craven. They was being craven. You know, want it now, get it, and get it now, want it. They didn't understand. They didn't have that discernment. Those divine feminines and masculines, those karmic energies, they wasn't spiritually awake. They didn't have their third eye activated because they wasn't critically analysing and thinking. All of a sudden now they're looking back to this masculine because they're critically analysing and thinking. He don't want you. Why? Because you was a karmic. You was a chaos goddess. And you thrived in chaos. And untamed, spin storms into magic. You just spun it into magic because you transformed. So what the energy they put back to you, you rebuked it and sent it back 10 times with a lot of love and light for you to be able to transform, make improvements for yourself. Instead of being a clinger bitch and a bitter bitch, get to be a better bitch. That's when you have to gain wisdom. 7, get insight. That's when you're spiritually connected to yourself. That's your wholeness. You're connected, interconnected with the divine. You are the divine. That's the universe giving you the stories, the narratives. You was looking at the cosmos and you got all that knowledge because that was a part of the laws, universal laws, spiritual laws. You looked at all the covenants when you got covenants and agreements with people. A covenant is agreement. And when certain people put in hard work in to block you because of idolizing, even for your inheritance, your spiritual inheritance, your emotional inheritance, your financial inheritance. They're looking about these secrets, what you've got. And when people's trying to block you, doing spell work for the psychological aspects of your mind, hard work, chaos. So if you've been feeling stressed and emotional, that's because these feminines, masculines, family members and friends who've been putting hard work to block you, they're having stress because you're moving forward and you're progressing. Yeah, it don't feel like it. Yeah, you got to release these emotions. Yeah, it's a part of that transition because it's a dark night of the soul. This is what they're having. They tried to cause you that. And you're having that awareness 9 because you're connecting to that divine. That's when you got morals and it's the virtues of life. And that's when you have to ask God to grant you serenity. Now they want that serenity to accept the things that they cannot change. Now they need the courage and the wisdom for them to be able to know better, to be able to do better in life. And that's when you're looking, because they were dogmatic thinking and you had that lack, and then they see that you're that guidance. You've guided these divine feminines, masculines to transform higher clarities, chaos, stress, karmic, drama, illusions, confusions, blocking, hard work, then put in, them run them out and done them out. But you ran them out and you done them out with the spirit. They didn't analyze. Your spiritual guys on your right side, on your left side, 10,000, they didn't understand. They didn't know about Psalms 91. When you're just Psalms 91 in their ass each time, you will dwell in the shelter of the Most High. They're blocked spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. 10 because it was you're steadfast. They didn't understand because it was insecure. That's when you got that aggressive energy and you're quick and impulsive, trying to block people. Jezebel spirits, spiritually blocked to control. That's like authority, like there's some police officer, like there's some warrior. Jealous, bitter bitches. Why? Flirty texters. So they wanted to be able to flirt. Now this masculine wanted to be able to look towards you and flirty text. So they could have been flirty texting like a champagne, emojis like flirt louder than words and that midget and that boss. Now they want to be able to flirt and just because they was jealous. They was flirting with that masculine. And slay, trendsetter. So they see, wrong time to play about with you because you're slaying, you're a trendsetter. And this connection exists, but not in this lifetime. So they can see it was a part of that karmic cycle. You know, when you have to go around certain situations, guys, and pick a picture, you pick the shit, and then you have to smell the shit, and then you have to move, and you have to think, let me deal with myself, and cleanse my energy, cleanse my space, because these people are diluting me and blocking me.